Hi, welcome to my video, and today we're going to talk about books that I own that are non-fiction. Some of them are Christian books and some of them are more like business or like how to be a better person or how to handle your finances. Alright, so the first book is one of my favorite books. Now I haven't read this book in a long time, but it's called 9 Things You Simply Must Do to Succeed in Love and Life. What was that? It's this book, and it's by Dr. Henry Cloud. I absolutely love this book, and so I definitely need to read this again. But this was such an inspiring book when I bought it. Got this at Half Price Bookstore. I don't remember the price, but anyway, yeah, it was a really good book. So it says, are you a deja vu person? Ever wonder why some people keep getting what they want out of life and others don't? What's the difference between those who reach their goals over and over and those locked in survival mode? Okay, so it says, in his groundbreaking book, best-selling author and psychologist Dr. Henry Cloud connects the dots, helping you discover ways of behaving and responding to situations that successful individuals he calls deja vu people have in common. These principles of life and wisdom are so profound and yet so simple and subtle that they're easily missed. But you can learn and apply these secrets presented here as 9 extremely practical and easy to grasp strategies and enjoy the success that they bring. So it does say, you know, nine things you simply must do to succeed in love and life. I don't know why he put love in there, unless it's self-love. But if you're looking for a book that's going to help you find somebody or how to keep somebody, I don't see this book as that. I see it more of a book to help you just improve yourself and how to be a better person and how to succeed, you know. But I absolutely love this book, and definitely you should check it out. Alright, so the next book I have is it's The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Got this at Half Price Bookstore for $12.49, and I don't think I read some of it, but I didn't finish it. I definitely need to read this book because I need to be better with my money. But as you can see here, I started highlighting my book. I was on chapter 4, Money Myths, the non-secrets of the rich. But yeah, I need to get back into this book. I just need to do better with my money. So I'm glad I have it. Eventually I'll get to it. Alright, and then my next book is, I think everybody knows what this book is. It's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Got this at Half Price Bookstore as well some years ago. It was $4.99. Got a good deal on it, and I started reading it, but then as you can see, wait, hold on. No, I never started it. I just put like a tissue in the first part of the book, which is called Inside Out. But I never started reading it. I guess I was preparing to read it, but then never got to it. So I'll just leave that back there. Eventually I'll get to that book. And then I have Dani Johnson, Spirit Driven Success. Now I found her, I can't remember if my friend told me about her or if I found her and then she brought it up because she had found her as well. But I remember watching YouTube videos of her. I actually think my friend told me about her. And so I happened to start watching YouTube. So I started watching YouTube videos. And it was really good. She was really entertaining. She was very blunt. Some people didn't like that. But I think sometimes we need that type of bluntness to kind of knock some sense back into us and try to get us back on track. But she has since stopped making YouTube videos. I believe she's retired. And she also used to do conferences, and she's retired from that as well. But she happened to write a book called Spirit Driven Success. And I started reading it, and then I stopped. Let's see. Yeah, so here's some of my highlights and my writings in the book. Now I don't like writing in books except for if it's nonfiction. For some reason, when it comes to fiction books, I don't want it touched. Except for if I happen to see like a book that has like someone's someone bought a book for their family member and they wrote a message. I don't mind buying books like that. But if I see a fiction book that has this in it, I wouldn't get it. But like for whatever reason, nonfiction book, I am all about like highlighting and marking it. But yeah, I definitely need to get back into this book. It looks like I was almost done too. Like, look how close to finishing I am with this book. So I need to kind of, I guess, skim back through this book, kind of catch up on what I learned from it from back in the day, and then try to finish the book. Or I might need to just go back and reread this whole thing, because it's been some years, maybe 4 or 5 years. So yeah. Anyway, let me put that book there. And then this other book is called Horns of Heaven and Earth, The Power of the Response. So this book was written by a close friend of mine. I've known her since junior high, so it's been over 20 years, I believe. But her name is Charlene Hilton, or Charlene Chantal Hilton. So that's her picture right there, my beautiful friend. If you're interested in this book, you can find it on Amazon. But this is the title. Okay, and it says, horns have everything to do with God and communication. Jesus has provided a key to access the kingdom of heaven through a sound that communicates to God by a supernatural wind instrument. This superior sound breaks through the barriers of earthly limitations, communicating only through the Spirit, giving way for a response. God gifted this to humankind to remain connected. Join this journey and revelatory reading about the mysteries of the horn as it relates to a spiritual communication. As you do so, you will come to fully understand the power of the horn and the response that comes from it. So yeah, I need to get back on it, because I'm sure she's probably like, I can't believe she hasn't even called me or texted me to ask me questions. Like, everyone else is doing it, why isn't she doing it? So she probably knows I stopped reading it. So yeah, I need to get back on this, because I barely made a dent in this book. And it's good, because I actually need to read something like this. So I want to be able to communicate with God better, and I want to see what this book is about. And it's also an easy read. It's just I'm in such a big like reading slump that nothing seems to be like getting me back into reading. So I'm trying to read. I read my Bible every day, but I want to be able to read at least one nonfiction book, like something like this, along with a fiction book. And so I'm hoping that will kind of get me back on track. I did read like a couple of fiction books already, and I'm on my third fiction book, but it's been like maybe 2 weeks and I haven't really touched it. So I just need to get back into reading. I used to love to read, and then I just kind of stopped. So, but yeah, I need to put this by my bedside. I need to put these two by my bedside and read both of them and finish it. Especially this one, because I'm almost done. And I need to read this because my friend wrote this, and it's a book that I definitely want to read, because I want to be able to learn how to communicate with God. And I'm curious about the horn thing too. That's very interesting. So yeah, I definitely need to read these two books. I need to read all my books, actually. I bought them. I need to read them. Anyway, my next book is The Success Commandments by Devon Franklin. I have another book of his, but I lent it out to a friend and I never got it back, and I don't even remember what that book was about. But yeah, as you can see, I started this book. I'm like more than halfway done, and then I stopped. But so he talks about the Success Commandments. It says, everything you need to know to faithfully put your dreams into action. Now that sounds good, because I'm sometimes not an action person. I'll daydream and I'll think about starting stuff, and then I just don't. Or I start and then I stop, as you can tell by my reading habits. Alright, so anyways, it says, are you feeling stuck in your career? Paralyzed by fear that you'll never achieve your dreams? Looking for extraordinary but settling for uninspired? Worried that your spiritual life could never coexist alongside secular success? Devon Franklin, New York Times best-selling author and Hollywood producer, wants to give you the lessons he's learned from his over 20-year career in the entertainment business to show how you can fulfill God's calling in your life. That sounds really good, and I need that. Alright, my next book is Slaying Dragons by Daniel Kolenda. Now, when I see this cover, I'm thinking it's going to be like some really entertaining fiction novel about dragons, but this is not a fiction book. This is a non-fiction book, and it's a practical guide to spiritual warfare. I got this book because I used to donate money to, oh my gosh, what's that organization's name? But I used to donate money where they would then take that money and help like third world countries with water, with housing, with schooling and stuff like that. And when you would donate certain amounts, you would get free gifts. And so I have 2 books here, but both of them I got from donating. And they also sometimes, I think one time I also received kitchen towels. But anyway, so this one's called Slaying Dragons. And it says, the supernatural realm is very real, and it directly impacts our day-to-day lives. Often spiritual battles lie behind everyday struggles. Through the spiritual world is invisible. We are not unaware of the enemy's schemes. Through God's word and the power of the Holy Spirit, we are equipped to be more than conquerors through Christ. Alright, so my next book is Boundaries. And this is also by Dr. Henry Cloud, the one that wrote The 9 Things You Simply Must Do. And it says, so it's Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. And it says, when to say yes, when to say no, to take control of your life. It also said 1 million copies were sold. So this is a good boundaries book. I used to not be able to say no. I used to be very wanting to please people. I'm a lot better at saying no now. Sometimes I say no a little too much, I think. But I did start it. Didn't really make a dent in this book as well. So eventually I'll get back into it. Another book I have is another book by Danny Johnson. It's called First Steps to Wealth. I never started this book. As you can see, I'm at the beginning pages. I got a bookmark telling me to get started, but I'll hold off on this book. So this book is The First Steps to Wealth, a revolution to increase your income, improve your relationships, and expand your influence. Some of the chapters are Journey to Millions, The Laws of Success, Magnetic Influence, Polishing Your Gems, Prosper Where You Are Planted, Started as an Entrepreneur, Pathways to Bigger Profit, Slaves to Debt, War on Debt, Make Money Your Slave, The God Factor, Your Steps to Wealth, and that is it. Those are the chapters. But yeah, eventually I'll get to this. And the next book I have is 95 Theses on Righteousness by Faith. I remember getting this book on Amazon. There was a guy I happened to meet at church. I met him at church, and we were just talking about things, and he was telling me that this is a book that I really should get. Because sometimes I question, does God really love me? Sometimes I think growing up kind of felt like I had to do things in order to get God's approval, whereas you don't really need to be doing things to get His approval. He loves you automatically. And so having this book, and has several several different theses in it, I started going through the book. But it's not a book that I would read from beginning to end. I never finished it. But I think I just kind of skip through it and go through the different theses. If I feel like I need to be perfect, I may look up some theses on perfection. If I'm struggling with temptation, there's 5 theses on temptation, as well as Bible verses. If you can see that. I don't know if it doesn't look clear. And I apologize if you guys can't see it. Okay, there, it looks a little bit better. But yeah, so it's called 95 Theses. 95 Theses. Thesis. My next book is okay. I can't remember when I bought this book. Some years ago. Oh wait, hold on. Here's the receipt. Does it say? Oh, I wish it did. Oh wait, okay, it does. I bought this in 2008. So I used to love watching infomercials, and I still do, but I haven't been watching TV lately. I usually watch a lot of my shows on the on my computer, so I don't really watch commercials anymore. And so, but when I used to, I would always like watch these infomercials and I would go crazy over them, buying all these types of like skincare products to books to clothes to makeup and all that stuff. I just went crazy. But one of the books I bought was Debt Cures by Kevin Trudeau. I don't know, have you guys ever seen him on the infomercials, those commercials? He also, I believe, had one on health, I think. I thought I had that book as well and I can't find it. I really think that I am missing some books here. They're probably in storage, so maybe one day I'll try to go and find them and then create another video. But I have this one with me, and it's Debt Cures, and I think there was one time when I was really obsessed with trying to get out of debt, and so I'm glad I have this book along with Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. I'm glad I have that book as well. But yeah, I can't believe I bought this in 2008. That was a long time ago. Alright, but yeah, Debt Cures. And then my last book is another book that I got when I donated money to that one organization, and it is called Dream Big. And so it says, let's see, know what you want, why you want it, and what you're going to do about it. So the back says, while I hope you have a blast reading this book, know that there is a process and a journey baked into its pages. If all you had in the end was a bunch of words, what good would that do us? We need a path, and I hope this book provides one that moves you toward your ambitions. I also hope you'll find your deeper purposes in these pages. Let's have some fun together, sure, but don't get distracted and think that a good time is all we're about. We want to be the kind of people who release amazing things into the world and are willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Sounds like a book I definitely need to read. Alright, so this is it. These are all my books, most of my nonfiction books. I'm telling you, I still think I have some more somewhere. But these are all that I have with me as of right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope there are some books here that have caught your attention. And if there are any books that you have read, please let me know which ones you've read, do you like them, and what other books you can recommend me. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.